Okay, stats guys, there are 4 problems that you guys seem to have a little bit of difficulty with over last week, so I'm going to work out those 4 problems. The first problem was from the first problem set, and it asks you to find the probability of a number being left of z equals negative 2.15 and right of z equals 1.62. Alright guys, the first thing that you have to do, as always, is draw the picture. So let's draw a picture of what we've got here. Here's our picture. And remember, we have actual z-scores. Okay? So for the actual z-score, this is negative 2.15, and over here somewhere would be 1.62. And I want this area and this area. Okay. So what do? I look at my z-score of negative 2.15. Negative 2.15 gives me 0.0158. Now 1.62, I still look at that z-score, and my z-score of 1.62 is 0.9474. But once again, you have to realize that this 0.9474 is everything to the left of 1.62. I want to the right. So what do? I subtract. So I go 1 minus 0.9474. And that gives me 0.526. Now, all I need to do now is take this plus this and add them together. Sorry, 0.0526. So I have 0.0158 plus 0.0526, and when I add them together, I get 0.0684, and that is the sum of the answers that I wanted. Not as hard as you thought, right? Now the area between 0 and positive z is equal to 0.4066. So again, draw the picture. Here is 0, as you know, and the positive z, this area, because it says the area, is equal to 0.4066. And this is my missing z. Well, guys, if I'm missing z, but I know that from here to here is 0.4066, what's the total amount of area to the left? Well, if you look at what's here in the green, that's half of it, the total area, so the combined area is 0.9066. So the combined area to the left of this z-score is 0.9066, so what you do is you look on your chart and try to find 0.9066. And when you look there, you find that it should be at 1.32. And it is positive 1.32. Okay? And that's all there was for that one. All right. Now, from the second set of problems. The SAT problem seems to drive you all a little bit crazy. You're given mu equals 1028 and sigma equals 92. And you want the 90th percentile score. Guys, all that means is that you want the score that has 90% of the area of the curve below it. So again, draw your picture. Okay. Here is the z-score that you're looking for. This is going to be 1028. Okay, and the area to the left, all this shaded in, is equal to 0.9000. Now, if you look for the area 0.9000, you will quickly realize that there is not an exact area 0.9000. What you do is you find the area that is closest to it. So I have either 0.8997 or 0.9015. So I'm going to take the 0.8997, that's the closest, so that's 1.28. So my z-score is 1.28. But I still don't know what score I want. Well, use your formula. Z equals x bar minus mu over SE, which again, we're only taking one sample, so my x bar is what I'm looking for, so I have 1.28 equals x bar minus 1028 divided by 92. And if you're careful and you do the problem correctly, you should find that x bar, or the actual score that you're looking for, is just simply $11.46. Okay, now what about the next part? The score exceeds 1200. Well, now draw a picture again. We have 1028. We have 1200, and if we're exceeding it, we're going to the what? We're going to the right of it. Okay, so we need to find the z-score for 1200. Well, that's easy enough. Z equals 1200 minus 1028 over 92, which is 172 over 92. Which, using the handy dandy calculator, gives us 1.87. Alright, well, then I just find the z-score of 1.87, which on our blue sheet seems to be 0.9693. But again, I don't want to the left. What do I want? I want to the right. So how do I get to the right? I simply subtract. So 1 minus 0.9693 is just simply 0.3 or 0.0307. And there you go. You have about a 3% possibility of getting a score greater than 1200. Now the charitable contributions one, and the last one. It's interesting because I was doing my taxes a little bit earlier today and had to put some charitable contributions in. Anyway, the average is 792 with a sigma of 103. So let's go ahead and draw what we've got. We've got that 792 right in the middle. And it asks for the middle 50%. So that means that the shaded area is 50%, or 0.500. But guys, remember, these curves are symmetric. So the middle 50%, this would be 25%, and this would be 25%. So this would be, at this point, we would have 0.75 and 0.25. At the biggest point, we have 75% of the data, or 0.75 to the left, and then we subtract off 0.25, and that gives us our area. So what's highlighted in green is 0.25 of the area, and then the black plus the green is 0.75 of the area. If we find our z-scores for these 2 points, then we actually have our 50%. Okay, so we're going to look up 0.7500 on our blue chart, and again, the closest to it is going to be 0.57, because it's a little bit closer than 0.58. So my z-score is 0.57 here. My z-score for 0.25, if I look very carefully, is negative 0.67. Oops, this was 67. Negative 0.67. There you go. So we have 0.67 and negative 0.67. Notice that. Isn't that interesting? The same distance from in the positive direction is the same distance in the negative direction. They just have to have different signs. All right, so now what do I do? Well, I need to find my actual numbers. So I have my z-score of 0.67. That equals x bar minus 792 over 103. So I do the math, and I should get x bar is equal to $722.99. No, that's not right. That's my small one. Now my big one is $861.01. Now, if I change this to negative 0.67, I still get the same formula. It's just got a negative in it, and it does make a huge difference. And in this case, when I do the math, this is where I get an x bar of $722.99. So the limits are $722.99 to $861.01. In other words, 50% of the data should be found between basically $723 and $861. Hope this helps make sense of those 4 problems for you, and have a good week. I'll post your assignment tomorrow.